Hey Narwhals, I'm your host Luke Narwhal, and welcome back to another weight loss video. Hope you enjoy. A collection of weight loss tips, as I'm 107 pounds down and 3 pounds away from my ultimate goal weight. I did not write these in order, just as they came to me. I was gonna wait until I hit my goal weight, but I spent a couple of hours on this today and figured, why not? I'm 24 female and 123 pounds right now for reference. Some are more common knowledge, others are tips and tricks I've collected over the years. X-posting r/keto, as that's my way of eating. Observe, record, and learn about your body. Take measurements alongside your scale weight. Sometimes measurements change while the scale stays the same, and sometimes the scale changes while measurements stay the same. Keeping track of both can be a good indicator of progress if your first choice isn't moving. Take progress pictures. Take them in good lighting, maybe a tight-fitting outfit that will be useful for comparisons. Odds are your clothes are not going to fit the same when you're done. Duh. Tight clothes help so that you can wear identical items without losing the comparison. Repeat the same pose. Do not do poses that you think make your stomach look smaller, or any aspect of trying to look skinnier. A real comparison is the best comparison. Patience. Patience is what will get you through. And if you know you are doing everything in your power correctly and the scale isn't moving, patience. If the scale isn't moving because you're lying to yourself about what you're consuming, you're only hurting yourself. Calories matter. Whatever app you find that works for you, utilize it. Make love to it. Tell it how much you love it, and take care of it. JK. I used MyFitnessPal for a long time and then tried the Lose It app free version. I really prefer Lose It because you can see your deficit over the course of the week, and I think that is incredibly helpful. Have one bad day of a few hundred extra calories, look at your overall week and see how you can adjust to accommodate the excess. Habits do not change overnight. You are human. I've been working on losing weight over 2 years now, and I am still learning the different factors that affect my body. I have significantly narrowed down potential issues, and I'm able to take care of myself better than before, because I took the time to learn about my own body. What works for me may or may not work for you. I found weight loss to be 95% food changes and 5% exercise. If that, I don't like exercise. Recalculate macros every 5 to 10 pounds. Your calorie needs lower as you lose weight, which will create a smaller deficit. The weight will stay off if you continue to put in the work at maintenance as you have done for losing the weight in the first place. You cannot go back to your previous diet. You know this. You took all this time, spent money on different food, struggled with hunger, and you're going to forget all that effort and gain it back because it's a lot of work? It is a lot of work and mentally distressing to regain and re-lose the weight again. I personally still track my calories every single day. Sometimes it is directly after a meal, and sometimes it's at the end of the day. It takes me maybe 30 seconds to do because it's such an ingrained habit at this point. And you know what? I'm at my goal weight and I've maintained my weight loss for over 1.5 years, baby. It takes work and it is worth it. 30 seconds a day to maintain all the hard work is nothing. Maybe write a letter or a note to yourself about why you're starting and reread it when you're talking yourself off the ship. I didn't do this myself, but I can think of quite a few examples I hated of being morbidly obese. My car seat was starting to be uncomfortable because my booty was wider than the seat was meant for. I got incredibly out of breath after walking 3 minutes up the flat, straight road while talking on the phone with a friend. And clothes shopping was a no-go. If you find yourself off the wagon, assess what got you to that point. Was it a binge, a social event, processing emotions? Find your trigger and recognize it the next time that it happens. It will happen again, both the trigger and the resulting falling off the wagon. What is important is recognizing the process, getting back on the wagon, and making progress the next time it happens. It will begin to happen less, and eventually you may recognize the trigger and be able to stop yourself in your tracks and choose a new path. This is growth, and it takes time. You can do it. If you struggle with overeating or continuing to eat when you're kind of full but not sure and want to finish your meal, put your plate down for 15 minutes. In that time, your stomach has some time to digest. If you find you're still hungry after those 15 minutes, go ahead and finish your food. You are hungry. If you are no longer hungry, put the food away. You can come back to it later if you need to. I have found this is really helpful in situations where I feel guilty finishing the food, but I'm also not quite satisfied yet. It is also important to not make yourself feel guilty if you do end up finishing the food. It is not going anywhere. Just wait 15 minutes and it is yours if you're still hungry. Over time, you may find that your taste buds have changed. This is normal and good if you're coming off a super sugary diet. When you discover this, retry some foods that you haven't eaten in a while, or new ones. I never liked vegetables, but I now find some to be rather tasty and crave them. I literally never thought I'd say that. Trust me, I'm as shocked as you are. The memories of sugary foods I had are significantly better than the realistic taste of them now, and keep them as memories. I tried a real cookie a couple of Christmases ago, and I ate maybe a quarter of it before getting a headache, deciding it was way too sugary, and ended up going to the bathroom to scrub my teeth with my toothbrush, because holy moly, that stuff is like glue on your teeth. A crabs in a bucket mentality is real. Some habits you may pick up while losing weight are unhealthy, and it is important to recognize that. It is also important to recognize that they are not permanent. As a short woman, I sometimes cut my daily intake much lower than is recommended. Is this healthy? Of course not. Do I plan to continue doing this long term? No. But I do it because sometimes only being able to have a 100-calorie deficit is painfully slow. My total daily energy expenditure is now about 1,400 calories per day. Bite me for going lower to lose anything. Where you are right now is not where you will always be. The situation you are in right now is not permanent. You can change your physical health. You can change your mental health. Learn about the concept of non-zero days. I apply this to everything in my life now. Set a small goal today and complete that. For example, your goal is to add your breakfast calories to your tracker. This is the only goal you want to do today. And once you do it, you know that you did something to advance towards your goal. Congratulations, you've had a non-zero day. And take baby steps like this every single day, and they will add up faster than you'll recognize. The paper towel effect is interesting to learn about. If you open a brand new roll of paper towels and you rip off the first one, you're not going to notice a change in the size immediately. But when you're nearing the end of the roll, every sheet you tear off makes the roll noticeably smaller. This is your body losing weight. When you're morbidly obese, it is going to take time to see changes in yourself. Changes are happening, don't discredit that, but they are harder to notice. If you lose 5 pounds at 130 pounds, those are going to be significantly more noticeable because there's less on the roll. Losing 5 pounds at 230 and at 130 are significantly different. Recalculating macros and evaluating your needs are important regardless of where you start. Though, also recognize that the speed of your weight loss does depend on where you begin. The 230-pound person probably has a larger amount of water weight they're holding onto, and they can have a much larger deficit to begin with and not have issues. The 130-pound person may only have a bit of water weight, and they will naturally have a much smaller deficit to begin with, so the scale changes will take more time. Sorry, the 10 pounds that you dropped your first week are water weight. Unless you ate at a severe deficit and exercised like a maniac, it is not fat. You may have lost some fat, but not 10 pounds worth. This drop is an excellent motivator nonetheless. Keep up the momentum and expect the loss to slow down. Having this knowledge and being prepared is a great way to be successful in the long run. I don't have any experience specifically related to intense exercise calorie days, but note that those intakes will be different if you have a specific exercise plan. Compliment and/or celebrate yourself every once in a while. It can't hurt. Walked 2 minutes longer than yesterday? Hell yeah. Stopped eating when you felt full? Hell yeah. Noticed a difference when you put on an old shirt? You got it. A nice hell yeah. If you have a good chunk of weight to lose, loose skin is a possibility. It is a fear I had in the beginning as well, and sometimes it still gets to me. A decade of overweight, morbid obesity for me is hard on the body, and the skin takes a long time to recuperate. If you are already obese, you cannot go back in time and change that. If you're going to have loose skin, you're just going to have it at this point. You're the youngest you're ever going to be again at this moment. So why not start and give your young body self a good chance at healing right now? I have faded stretch marks, areas where it sags a bit, causes irritation, or hangs off of me. And every piece of loose skin is significantly better than being morbidly obese. There are days I wish I didn't have it, and days I'm confident regardless, and everything in between. I met my partner after my main weight loss. My partner doesn't judge me for it, and loves that bit of me just as much as the rest of me. If a potential partner judges you for it, they are someone you probably don't want around. Your mental health issues are not going to disappear when the weight does. You may even experience new insecurities, or continue your current mental patterns. Addressing these separately will lead to a much happier you while you're losing weight and once you arrive at maintenance. And therapy is a wonderful resource. It definitely has its barriers, example cost, finding the right therapist, etc. But if you have the opportunity, it is worth trying. Odds are you could be like me, who habitually only gains or loses weight. Maintenance hasn't existed before. It is a practice that you can instill at any point on your own course of weight loss. Most of the pandemic, I stayed within 5 pounds up or down from 133 pounds and recently restarted active efforts into weight loss. These can be really healthy and nice breaks to have. Moisturize your skin. It can be surprising how dry it is, and I found even my loose areas look nicer. I'll probably think of some more at some point. Cheers and best of luck. And that brings us to the end of the video, Narwhals. I really hope you enjoyed. If you did, please tap subscribe to join our awesome community, the Narwhals, and for more weight loss stories that help you stay on track. And here's our featured Narwhal of the day. Female, 29, 5'7", down 43 pounds, and I'm done with the scales.